Today we're taking a close look at a name that comes up often in the world of online trading. Exness.
That's right.
We've pulled together insights from, well, quite a stack of sources. YouTube reviews, financial experts, deep dives into their own site.
Yeah, and our mission today is really to cut through all that noise. We want to pull out the most important nuggets about Exness for you.
Exactly. Strengths, limitations.
And help you figure out if this broker, fits your trading journey. We'll unpack everything from their unique leverage options and fees
Right.
to their global reach and, interestingly, their pretty strong local market focus.
Okay, so let's unpack this first. Who exactly is Exness?
Well, they started back in 2008, founded in Cyprus,
Okay.
and they've grown, really grown, into one of the world's largest retail CFD brokers.
CFD, contracts for difference.
Precisely. And get this, they're boasting over 1 million active clients now.
1 million. Wow. And the volume?
The volume is staggering. Monthly trading volume exceeding $4 trillion.
$4 trillion a month? That's huge. What does that immense volume actually tell us, though, beyond just being big?
It's not just a vanity number, It speaks directly to liquidity.
Ah, right.
For you, the trader, that generally means quicker execution on your trades, tighter spreads usually, and less slippage, especially on the popular stuff.
So fewer annoying price jumps when you hit buy or sell.
Exactly. It's kind of a hallmark of a serious, stable broker that can handle big orders without blinking.
Okay, but the absolute crucial question always is trust. Can you trust them with your money? They're touted as multi-regulated. What does that actually mean on the ground? Which licenses do they hold?
Good question. It's quite a list. You've got the UK's FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, which is, pretty strict.
That's one of the big ones.
Then there's CICC in Cyprus, the FSCA in South Africa, CMA in Kenya, the FSC in the British Virgin Islands,
Okay.
CBCS in Curacao, FSA in Seychelles, FSC in Mauritius, and even regulation in the Kingdom of Jordan.
That is a lot of acronyms, a lot of regulators.
It truly is. But, and this is really interesting for you, the learner, not all regulation is created equal, right?
Tell me more.
Exness is really popular in places like India, Thailand, Vietnam, Pakistan, South Africa.
Okay.
And often the Tier 2 or Tier 3 regulators in those regions, they allow much higher leverage.
Ah, leverage again. We'll get back to that.
It will. But it contrasts sharply with the stricter, what we call Tier 1 regulators, UK, Europe, US. There, retail clients often face much lower limits, like 30.1, or sometimes aren't even accepted.
So your actual experience and the rules you trade under depend heavily on where you live.
Absolutely. It varies wildly.
So what about protecting your actual funds then? Beyond the regulator's name.
Well, Exness states that all their different entities segregate client funds.
Meaning your money is kept separate from theirs? Standard, but essential.
Correct. They also offer negative balance protection.
Okay. So your account can't go into debt if a trade goes badly wrong.
Exactly. You can't lose more than you deposit. And they're part of compensation schemes, too.
Which protect you up to a certain amount if, worst case, the broker goes bankrupt.
Right. Plus, they comply with PCI DSS for data security, handling card payments securely.
Okay, so several layers of protection. Yet, we saw trust scores like 4.3 out of 5 from FX Empire, 8 out of 10 from 80Z markets. Moderately trustworthy. What does that practically mean for someone listening?
That's a great question. Does it mean red flags or just not a top-tier global bank?
Yeah.
I think it suggests they meet the baseline requirements. They're not an obvious scam, but maybe they lack that decades-long track record or the absolute strictest Tier 1 oversight across all their clients compared to some huge investment banks.
So it puts a bit more responsibility back on the trader.
Exactly. It really emphasizes that you need to understand which specific Exness entity you fall under based on where you are, because that investor protection level can vary.
Right. Let's dive into the core trading experience then. Conditions, fees, and yes, that buzzword, leverage. They have several account types.
They do.
Yeah.
Standard cent, and then a group they call professional accounts.
Which includes?
Raw spread, zero, and pro accounts.
What's the thinking behind offering so many? Who's each one really for?
It seems to be about flexibility, catering to different needs, different experience levels.
Makes sense.
The standard and standard cent, they look like great entry points, low minimum deposit, just $10 according to most sources.
$10, wow.
Yeah, and importantly, no commission on trades. The cost is built into the spread, which starts around 0.2, 0.3 pips.
And a pip, just quickly, is that smallest price move.
Exactly. The standard unit for Forex price changes. Now, the professional accounts, generally a higher minimum deposit, maybe $200, some say $500.
Okay, for more serious traders.
Right. And the benefit is much tighter spreads, starting from basically 0 pips on the raw spread and 0 accounts.
Zero spread sounds amazing. What's the catch?
Commission. There's always a trade-off, isn't there?
Usually.
The 0 account has a very low commission, like $0 or so 5 cents per side per lot. The raw spread is more standard, around $3.50 per side per lot.
And the pro account?
Pro is interesting. No commission, like the standard, but the spreads are a bit wider than raw and 0, though still tight. It's about choosing if you prefer to pay via spread or commission.
Okay, now leverage. It came up constantly in the sources. It seems to be a huge Exness talking point. How high does it really go?
This is definitely where Exness gets a lot of attention. They offer very high leverage, up to 1.2 thousand.
2001.
Yes. And even what they call unlimited leverage.
Unlimited. How does that work?
There are conditions. You need to meet specific requirements, like closing at least 10 positions and trading a certain volume 5 standard lots or 500-cent lots.
Okay, but connecting this back, you said high leverage is a double-edged sword.
Absolutely. It amplifies potential gains, which is the appeal, right? But it magnifies potential losses just as much, if not more psychologically.
Yeah, you can lose your deposit very quickly.
Very quickly. Imagine a small market move wiping out your account if you're not extremely careful with risk management. It's powerful, but demands respect.
And you mentioned it's particularly attractive in certain regions.
Yes, often where smaller deposit sizes are common, it lets traders maximize their market exposure with less initial capital. But again, the risk is proportionally higher.
We've hit accounts, leverage. What about spreads day to day? How competitive are they on different things you might trade?
We saw some interesting variations in the sources on major currency pairs like URJNA. Very competitive, often better than the industry average.
You're for Forex traders.
Definitely. And exceptionally low for gold, apparently. Sometimes half the industry average, which is quite something.
Wow.
But on other things, maybe not quite as good. Spreads can be higher than average, sometimes even double, on cross-currency pairs, stock indices, individual stocks, and cryptos.
So it really matters what you trade with them.
It seems so. Your primary market focus will impact how cost-effective they are for you.
And hidden costs, like holding trades overnight, swap fees.
Good point. One really positive thing we saw mentioned is that Exness doesn't charge overnight swap or rollover fees on most instruments.
That's quite unusual, isn't it?
It is, and it can be a significant cost saving for swing traders, people holding positions for days or weeks.
Okay, that's a definite plus for that style.
However, some analysis, like from Compare Forex brokers, suggested that their overall fees, when you factor everything in, can sometimes be on the more expensive side.
Why would that be? An offset for the high leverage, maybe?
That's often the thinking, yeah. Offering high leverage might come with slightly wider spreads or other costs elsewhere to balance the broker's risk. So if you're trading really large volumes frequently, those cumulative costs could start to add up.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Platforms and tools, the actual software you use. What's on offer?
They cover the main bases. You get the industry standards, MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. MT4, MT5, very popular, lots of resources available for them.
Right, most experienced traders know those.
Exactly. But they also have their own proprietary platform, the Exness terminal.
Okay, and a mobile app, too.
Yes, the Exness Trade mobile app as well.
Tell me more about the Exness terminal. Is it just a basic web trader, or...?
From what we gathered, it's actually quite good, especially for, say, beginners or more casual traders. It's designed to be intuitive, user-friendly.
What kind of features does it have?
Powerful charting, apparently powered by TradingView, which is very well regarded. Over 100 indicators, your Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci, all the usual suspects. One-click trading, price alerts, and even built-in analysis from Trading Central, giving you intraday bias ideas.
That's quite integrated. Customization.
Yeah, you can customize charts, candle styles, colors, things like that, trying to make it approachable but still functional.
And for the more advanced crowd using MT4, MT5.
Well, those are professional-grade platforms, aren't they? They offer more advanced order types, really robust charting, and crucially, automated trading via expert advisors, or EAs.
Robots trading for you.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Plus, Exness also has a social trading platform.
So you can copy other traders.
Yeah, copy other strategies, or if you're successful, share your own and potentially earn from it.
What about learning resources?
Yeah.
If you are a beginner. Some sources seemed a bit critical there.
It was mixed. Some noted that the educational stuff on the platform itself wasn't super extensive for novices,
Right.
but others pointed to the Exness Academy, which is apparently a separate website.
Okay, so you have to go looking for it.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
But the Academy offers trading courses, webinars, market insights, video tutorials on using the platforms, plus a big help center. So the resources seem to be there, just maybe not front and center in the trading terminal itself.
Okay, let's talk markets. What can you actually trade with Exness? What's the range like?
They offer a pretty solid selection, over 227 markets mentioned.
And the breakdown?
Forex is clearly a huge focus, an impressive 96 Forex pairs listed. That's significantly more than the average broker.
So really strong for currency traders.
Definitely seems that way. You can also trade CFDs on 18 commodities, 10 stock indices, 10 cryptocurrencies.
Okay, and individual stocks?
93 share CFDs from global exchanges.
93. How does that stack up?
Well, some sources suggested it's a bit limited. Mostly the big well-known names.
Right.
So if you're primarily a stock trader looking for more niche or diverse global shares, they might not have everything you want. You could benefit from adding more exchanges, perhaps.
And if something goes wrong or you just have a question, customer support, what's the deal there?
They offer 24/7 support, which is great. Multiple channels, phone, email, live chat, standard stuff.
But is it consistently great for everyone, everywhere?
Oh, this is where regional variation came up again in the sources. Apparently, they offer excellent local language support in those key markets where they're strong: India, Thailand, Vietnam.
Makes sense. Cater to your main audience.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
for English speakers in, say, Western time zones, the service might not hit that same high standard of localized, nuanced support.
So still good, but maybe not as tailored.
Potentially. That said, users generally reported quick responses and that issues do get resolved promptly, so it sounds functional, just maybe not best in class for every single region.
Okay, one of the, let's be honest, biggest potential headaches for any trader, getting your money in and out. Deposits and withdrawals. How does the Exness perform here? We heard instant withdrawals mentioned. That sounds almost too good to be true.
Doesn't it? In the finance world, instant often comes with an asterisk.
Right. So what's the reality? Are there hidden fees, weird limitations? Or is it genuinely that good?
Surprisingly, the feedback here was overwhelmingly positive across the sources we looked at. Exness really seems to stand out with this.
Really?
Yeah. They claim, and users seem to confirm, that a remarkable 95% of withdrawals are processed in under 1 minute.
Under a minute.
That's the claim. We saw consistent reports of extremely fast withdrawals using things like Skrill, USDT, Tether, even direct online bank transfers in places like Nigeria, often within 1 to 5 minutes.
That is genuinely impressive if it holds true for most users. Fees.
Generally, no commission for deposits or withdrawals. There might be exceptions for some very specific bank transfer methods, but mostly it's free.
And methods.
Good variety. E-wallets, the usual cards, and importantly, crypto Bitcoin, USDT, USDC. They seem quite crypto-friendly on the payment side.
So the instant withdrawal thing might actually be their killer feature.
It genuinely appears to be a significant strength, yeah. A major plus point.
Okay, let's try and wrap this all up. What does this mean for you, our listener, whether you're just starting out or maybe thinking about switching brokers?
Well, Exness seems to offer a pretty compelling package overall.
Right. Strong regulation, even if it's a bit nuanced depending on where you are.
Uh-huh. Highly competitive trading conditions, especially tailored for different styles, like the high leverage fans, the scalpers, loving those tight spreads.
Scalpers being those very short-term traders.
Exactly. A diverse range of platforms, including that quite user-friendly Exness terminal they built.
Extensive Forex access, that was clear.
Very clear. And then that standout feature we just discussed, the near instant withdrawals.
So who is it really best suited for, would you say?
Based on everything, it seems particularly good for a few groups. Beginners, definitely, with that low $10 minimum and the easy-to-use platform.
Okay.
Scalpers and day traders who can really benefit from the zero and raw spread accounts with those minimal spread.
Right, where every fraction of a pip counts.
Precisely. Swing traders, too, who hold positions longer and will appreciate the lack of overnight swap fees on most things.
That's a big cost saving for them.
It is, and algorithmic traders using MT4 or MT5 EAs. And crucially, as we've mentioned, traders in those developing countries or regions actively seeking high leverage options.
And who might it be less ideal for?
Perhaps dedicated stock traders wanting a massive range of shares, and maybe traders in Europe or the UK who are subject to stricter leverage limits anyway, and might find brokers more focused on those regions.
Okay, final thoughts. Here's something provocative for you to consider. Given Exness's rather unique combination offering that extremely high, almost unlimited leverage alongside these near-instant withdrawals, how might that specific pairing shape what retail traders expect in the future? And how might it impact risk management practices, especially across different global regions with varying regulations?
That's a really interesting point. Faster access to funds combined with higher potential risk. It certainly raises questions about trader behavior and responsibility.
Something to mull over. We hope this deep dive is giving you some valuable insights into Exness.
Yeah, hopefully a clearer picture to help you decide if they fit your needs.